What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, and today I'm going to teach you how to use Dragapult in just 10 minutes. If you guys like content like this, make sure to leave a like, and of course, guys, stick around for the rest of the video. Let's do it. So here's what we're going to talk about today. We're looking at Dragapult's stats, move pools, abilities, potential items, Pokemon partners, really bad partners, team examples, and of course, its place in the metagame. So guys, let me know what you think about Dragapult down in the comments, and let's go ahead and get started with its stats. So for its stat distribution, it's got a really solid distribution. Of course, it is a pseudo-legendary Pokemon. It's got at least 600 in its total base stats. You got 88 base HP with 75 in both of its defense, so pretty bulky. Not the bulkiest for a pseudo-legendary, but when you got 142 base speed, I mean, you don't have to be that bulky. You got 120 in the attack stat and 100 special attack, which in general are pretty solid benchmarks all around. Overall, what really makes it special though is that speed tier, because you don't need to run super fast speed at Dragapult every single week. You can run a speed stat that is going to be able to cover your opponent's fastest Pokemon, and that usually would be enough at like 125, 130 tops, let's say. Not much is going to be above that outside of like Zeraora. So that's really the biggest advantage you have with Dragapult, and it allows it to be a really good specially defensive, or especially offensive and physically offensive Pokemon, a good mix of both worlds there. In terms of its typing, Dragon and Ghost is the typing of choice here, and honestly, it is better than expected. Not everyone has a good switch into Ghost types. Not everyone has a good switch into Dragon types. You're going to need an immunity for both of the type coverage, so a Fairy type and a Normal type are both very important to be able to take hits from the Dragapult. And in general, it's actually got quite a few resistances and immunities. In total, there's 8. You got the immunities because you're part Dragon, Electric, Fire, Water, Grass, and then you have the resists because of the poison, or because of the ghost type in poison and bug, and you have immunities in normal and fighting because of that ghost typing as well. And with pursuit being gone from the game, it just makes this Pokemon even scarier. In terms of its move pool here, again, some really good options. You're looking at moves like Dragon Darts, which are incredible. Probably the biggest advantage to having Dragapult in terms of the moveset wise, because you have access to a 2-attack Dragon move, which can break through berries like the Hobbin Berry, can, well, pop off berries like the Citrus Berry, let's say, but it can also break through sashes. Super important here. And at the same time, because each hit is 50 base power, you're actually getting a move that's stronger than something like a Dragon Claw. Not as strong as an Outrage, but still very strong nonetheless. On top of that, U-turn is an amazing move for Dragapult. It forces so many pivots, so many switches. So having a move that can just get you into a better, more advantageous position is an amazing benefit to have. On top of that, Will-O-Wisp and Thunder Wave, huge advantage for Dragapult to have, because you're able to burn or paralyze the checks that Dragapult would have. Your opponent has a random, I guess, Fairy type with maybe Magic Guard, Thunder Wave them, and then start hexing around. Your opponent has a really fat physical normal type, Will-O-Wisp. They're not going to appreciate that at all unless they have something like Heal Bell. Awesome moves to have. Sucker Punch for a priority is really nice because a lot of Pokemon that are going to outspeed you aren't super bulky. They're mostly frail mons. Then there's Dragon Dance. Oh my god, Dragon Dance is insane, and if you have not tried Dragon Dance Dragapult, you're just missing out. It's an amazing Pokemon, and it's bulky enough so that against passive teams, you can take a hit, set up a Dragon Dance, then all those 3 KOs become 2 KOs. All those 2 KOs become 1 KOs, and you're in a really good spot overall. In terms of its special move pool, it's got some really good options. This is where it makes like the bulk of its work. You got Fire, Water, and Electric type coverage that are all really good. Scald and Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt and Thunder. You got access to Fire Blast, and Flamethrower, that's the one. Dragon coverage, you got Dragon Pulse and Draco Meteor, that's the one. And of course in Ghost, you have Hex and Shadow Ball. Both are really good for certain situations. Now on the physical side, this is where you get Dragon Darts, you get Outrage, you get Phantom Force, Psychic Fang, Sucker Punch, Body Slam, Acrobatics, all these moves like that. In terms of its abilities, what are we looking at? We're looking at something like Clear Body. Clear Body's solid overall. You got access to Infiltrator. Infiltrator, again, really nice to get by those screens. Clear Body helps you out with Intimidate or Sticky Web. Then there's Curse Body. In the event that your opponent doesn't have access to those things, maybe running Curse Body is going to be nice. Next up though, talking about its items. What items are really good? Well, I have a list of 3 or 4 that I think are going to be really solid for you, and there's going to be the Choice Band and Choice Specs. Those are really solid overall, because it takes, like I said before, those 3 KOs and turns them into 2 KOs, or the 2 KOs into 1 KOs, which are, again, really important here. Most teams really struggle to either face off against Ghost types, which are mostly going to be special with Dragapult, or Dragon type attacks, which are going to be mostly physical. Other than that though, Dragon Fang and Spell Attack can be really good because you want to take advantage of Dragapult's really diverse coverage. You're going to fire off the, well, I guess neutral, non-boosted Fire Blasts or Flamethrowers against the Ferrothorns, the Hydro Pumps or Scalds against the Rhyperior. You could really take advantage of the mixes in terms of offense that Dragapult has. Other than that though, what else could be good? I mean, personally, I've had a lot of success using the Haban Berry or the Culpa Berry, the Yachi Berry, Roselli, just these super effective reduction berries, in my opinion, are really good on the Dragapult. The reason being is because if you can take a hit and set up a Dragon Dance, you can just win the game. So why not try it? Looking at the draftleague.nl website, shout out to Automatic for that, just compiling all the data together. Let's look at some of the common teammates. We're looking at things like Mandibuzz, things like Rotom Heat, Clefable, Togekiss, the Nidoking and Nidoqueen makes a lot of sense. And those do make sense. To me, Mandibuzz, Clefable, Togekiss, the Nidoking Queen, for sure, I like those options a lot. Rotom Heat, I don't really get it, but to each their own. For me, what am I looking at? Well, I'm looking at Pokemon that can handle, well, Dragapult's checks, or even better, just get rid of the biggest check all around. Get rid of a Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz not only pairs amazing with Dragapult, it's also just its best check. It's the one thing that can handle it better than almost everything else, so pairing with it is fantastic. Gets knockoff support, gets access to Defog for getting rid of any hazards that Dragapult has to deal with, U-turn for momentum. Is a really good, well-rounded Pokemon that fits very well with the Dragapult, very common pairing. Here we also have Terrakion. Terrakion breaks through the normal and dark types that Dragapult does not appreciate, but at the same time, it can also kind of break through its checks just like Dragapult can, so they're not really walled by the things that would normally be walling it, which is pretty nice. Mienshao as well, I like it because of its speed tier. Of course, 105 is solid speed tier. It has access to knockoff and U-turn for support options, which are very important, but it also helps break down those normal and dark types that Dragapult struggles with sometimes. Other than that, Weavile has a lot of just really good synergy with Pult because you have Ghost and Dark, which do a really good job of breaking for each other. 125 speed as well, very big advantage. You're able to really get a lot of advantage by breaking through teams because most teams aren't going to be that fast. And having two Pokemon above 125 or at 125 or above is just something that most teams aren't going to be ready to deal with. Other than that though, Primarina, solid option. Just wanted to give it some love because I do like Primarina in terms of what it can do with a Dragapult team. Flip Turn, Moonblast is nice to have. Draining Kiss, of course, dual screens, Encore, just has a nice utility and the coverage is amazing. And other than that, just again, a bit of an honorable mention there. I'm looking at Pokemon with 110 speed or higher. Again, a lot of teams really want to have some fast Pokemon, and most of the time 110, 115 is like the benchmark, the top of the totem pole for some teams if they don't get like those super fast mons, the Weaviles, the Cocos, the Zororas, the Dragapults even. So having Pokemon at 110 really helps stop these things from going adamant nature or modest nature, which I think is pretty important. After that, things I think you should not be partnering with them. Now, be careful with Pult, because I have drafted it before, I've used it before, I loved it, had a lot of fun, but I drafted it with a really fast team, a team with Excadrill in the sand, a team with Scolipede. My team was really focused on a lot of speed, and what happened? Trick Room was my worst nightmare. So be careful of that. Be careful of Trick Room. It can cause a lot of problems for your team. So you really want to make sure that you have a way around that, especially if you're drafting a really fast team. Now, in terms of its place in the metagame, so here's just a couple of notes that are important. Dragapult is the best Pokemon, or the second best Pokemon, depending how you look at it. Honestly, if you have it lower than second, I think you're wrong, but it's your opinion. Let me know down in the comments if you disagree. But to me, it's number one. And the reason why is because nothing forces as much prep as Dragapult does. So many things are forced to be prepared for this thing because it can go physical, it can go special, it can go mixed, it can go setup. There's so many options around it. It can be a pivoting set too. Other than that though, I think the only Pokemon that has more diversity or versatility is Mew, which is saying something because Mew is literally a Pokemon that basically gets every single move, yada yada yada. And other than that, I do think it's also one of the best Pokemon at beating its own checks. And that's because of the coverage it has, the special coverage it has rather, and the ability to break through on both the physical or the special side with a boost from Dragon Dance or a Will-O-Wisp/Thunder Wave Hex boosted attack, which is really nice. Now let's look at some team options. Now, with the teams, I have a couple of them here. We have the New Britain Rockruss, coached by Diatite. Here's a team that has the Dragapult, it's really new for APA season number 8. Dragapult, Cinderace, and Jirachi as the core. Ton of momentum on this team. The Dark type is a Galar Moltres, which honestly I'm not the biggest fan of, but the Fighting type in Heracross is amazing. And then the Fairy type in Comfey getting priority Draining Kiss, also very nice for the Dragapult, and has the speed tier from the Cinderace, which we do really like to see. After that, we got Liv's team from NCP Season 5. Dragapult, but paired with the Mandibuzz and the Terrakion as well. And on top of that, she's got access to Sun with Venusaur and Torkoal, which can be really, really scary. So again, a team with weather that is not super reliant on the weather. It's a bit of a lower tier thing. And then amazing checks to Dragapult are on this team. And then a lot of really offensive powerhouses in the Thundurus and of course Terrakion to break through Dragapult checks. Then we got Grave's team for UPBA Season 3. Now this team has Dragapult, but it also has the Sun of Torkoal and Venusaur, and it also has access to Mandibuzz. So we're seeing a common theme here. This team is really built well around the Dragapult and has a Pokemon like Machamp that when it comes in, it clicks buttons and it gets a KO. Guts boosted Machamp is nothing to laugh at. It's a really solid partner for Dragapult. And then finally, we have my team for BBL season number 8. If you guys want to see more of that league, it's an Ubers league. You can check it out. There's a playlist down in the description. It's happening right now as I record this video. Now, our team, Dragapult Mandibus makes a lot of sense at Porygon 2 to be able to handle a lot of these defensive Pokemon, a lot of these ghost Pokemon that are going to be coming our way, and takes a lot of hits on both physical and special sides, so it pairs well with Dragapult. And then I decided to go with the Dragon Span with Kieran Black and of course Solgaleo to be able to round it out and take this varied hits. I think in general it's a team that fits really well, not only around Dragapult, but Dragapult fits well around the team itself as well. So that's an example for Uber's leagues. Now, that's basically going to be it. It's been less than 10 minutes, I hope, and now you guys know how to use Dragapult. So if you guys like this video, do me a favor, leave a like on the video. Of course, if we hit 50 likes, I'll bring you guys one of these every single week. Of course, we gotta hit 50 likes on every single one of them. Now, if you guys want to vote on the next Pokemon, you can do that by, well, follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm going to post the poll for the next Pokemon. And of course, give me suggestions down in the comments below and give me your thoughts on Dragapult as well. And for more Pokemon content, you got to make sure to subscribe. You guys made it to the end of the video, so I mean, you probably liked it, you probably learned something new. So do me a favor and subscribe, hit the button, do all that stuff. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.